Freedom lovers and freedom fighters. It is your boy Snap the Gorilla, aka The Definition, aka Tyrant's Bane, coming at y'all with a live stream recap of the Dimitri Bivol versus Artur Beterbiev fight that occurred last night. Woo, yeah, this is a bit of a recap. I would like to discuss it because what happened last night was a robbery, right? It was a robbery of epic proportions. And it's not a robbery, y'all, because it's not a robbery because Artur Beterbiev won. It is a robbery because of what one judge had on the scorecards. Okay? That's what led it to being a robbery. I wouldn't be mad if anybody had Bivol winning 7-5 or Artur winning 7-5. I wouldn't be mad at that. But this one judge had the fight 8-4, 116-112, y'all. And that's where the robbery comes in. Now, I myself believe that Dimitri Bivol edged it out, right? And he only edged it out, right? It wasn't a sweep. It wasn't a shutout because in the later rounds, Artur showed some gusto. He picked it up a little bit. And basically, that was enough for me to say, okay, well, I can see why people would want to call it a draw, right? Because of what happened in the championship rounds. And, you know, I really don't like that term championship round being used in boxing, right? Because in boxing, each round is scored on its own merit. And at the end of the match, you take the scores of each round and you add them up, right? You don't give the edge to one fighter because the last 3 rounds, that motherfucker just decided to show up and go ham, right? That's not how that works. Each round is an individual self-contained scored round. And like I said, at the end of it, if Dimitri Bivol won the 6 out of the first 8 rounds, right? That means that he's up 6-2. And so there's 4 rounds left. And so Artur Beterbiev has an opportunity to win all those last 4 rounds and take it home, right? Or get a draw. But that's not what happened, y'all. Dimitri Bivol won at least 1 more round in those last 4 rounds. And the 4th round was probably a swing round. Kamirin was good. I appreciate you coming through. So, I don't think that Dimitri Bivol just shut, Artur Beterbiev out, and it was just the most clearest win. But ain't no damn way Artur Beterbiev, ain't no way he won 8 rounds to 4, y'all. One judge had it scored a draw, and the other one had it scored 7-5. I had Dimitri Bivol winning 8 rounds. That was me. That's what I feel. And Dimitri Bivol put on a clinic. He did. He showed his ass, y'all. Dimitri Bivol boxed Artur Beterbiev's ears off. Just boxed him off. His timing was down. He had great timing. He had great footwork. He had great ring generalship. He didn't have and at times he was walking Artur down and being the aggressor at times. Artur was more so the aggressor, but was it effective? Not really. Not for most of the fight. There were times where he had success, had Dimitri Bivol in the corner and all that good stuff, but at the end of the day, he was simply outboxed. Artur Beterbiev was simply outboxed, hands down, bottom line. And in the last few rounds, yeah, Artur Beterbiev showed up. Dimitri Bivol took some rounds off, and I'm sure it was to recover from them goddamn devastating blows he took to his gloves and the side of his head, right? Because let me tell you, Artur was landing some shots, some thudding shots to the side of Dimitri Bivol's head and his gloves, right? And Dimitri Bivol shelled up a lot, because man, I couldn't imagine being just having hands laid on me by Artur Beterbiev and just not shelling up or not moving around. I would not stand in front of Artur Beterbiev either. I would not stand in front of him. You know what I'm saying? So, hats off to Dimitri Bivol. He should have took that W in my mind, and it is what it is. What happened happened. So that's why I feel Dimitri Bivol won. Now, as for why Artur lost, well, he was slow. He was slow. He was mad slow. I didn't understand it. He was mad slow. Dimitri Bivol beat him to the punch in every exchange. Even when Artur landed, Dimitri Bivol was able to answer with his own shots. But see, if Artur landed something, Dimitri will come back with two or three more shots that would land, right? And he threw a lot of flurries where some didn't land, but it is what it is. He was busier. He was faster. Artur was slow. His feet were slow. Now, I know that he had surgery on his knee, and he probably needed a little bit more time before stepping in the ring again. But he's a warrior. He's a warrior, and that's the type of cat that showed up. He showed up as a warrior, and despite his legs not being there, and it wasn't just his legs, right? It was his hands. His hands weren't fast. He did not have the speed to deal with Dimitri's own speed, right? Dimitri Bivol, and not only that, people kind of don't look at Dimitri Bivol as someone having a lot of power. But he forced Dimitri Bivol to reset multiple times. He disrupted his rhythm. Now Artur was on his front foot a lot. But there were times where Dimitri Bivol forced him on the back foot. And I don't know. Artur does not have a lot of success in that regard. What I do like about Dimitri Bivol is he can fight on the front foot and the back foot. He demonstrated that in this fight. He demonstrated that he could box well on the back foot in this fight, and he could walk an opponent down like he demonstrated against Canelo. You know what I'm saying? And he also showed that he had great lateral movement. He was able to spin out. He was able to shuffle steps to the side in both directions. He didn't just favor one side. Like he did a great job. He showed enough to me for him to have taken that W. But, it's Riyadh season. So I don't know, man. I'm not going to say that it was rigged against Dimitri Bivol, but this being the sport of boxing and how corrupt it is, I wouldn't put it past anybody, even the great Turki Al-Sheikh, to make sure that Artur basically took home the W. You know what I'm saying? And look, here's the thing. Now, I'm going off into speculation land, right? This is me putting my tinfoil hat on. this is going to be a hot take. Now, y'all remember, Jaquilla, was good. Let me, come here. Let me give you a wrench. I know you, sister. All right. Grand rising to you, queen. That's right, church flow. So here's my hot take. Now, do y'all remember when that hypocrite and piece of shit, Keyshawn Davis, piece of shit outside of the ring? I'm sorry, he just is. He's a coon, and that is what it is, and he's a fucking hypocrite. But remember when he talked about, and I was going to actually do a live stream about it, but I decided, well, it's not that I decided not to, it's just I forgot and never got to it. Y'all remember when he was talking about, they asked him about Bivol versus Artur. And he said, if Artur Beterbiev comes in unnatural, right? Unnatural, then he's going to knock out Dimitri Bivol. But if he comes in natural, Dimitri Bivol is going to win. Now, I don't know about y'all, right? You know, dealing in this world, we don't know who's on what and when. I'm not saying Artur Beterbiev was on that shit. But I will say he did not look like himself. He did not look like himself. And we know that in Saudi Arabia, they're not going to play that, right? We know they ain't going to play that. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not saying that Artur Beterbiev was on something, but he did not look the same. And it was interesting how right before that fight, it's interesting how Keyshawn Davis would come out and say some shit like that. Talking about natural versus unnatural. Why would he do that? Why would he fix his mouth to talk, to mention that and talk about how that might be the case? It's just something to think about, you know. And I find it interesting that Keyshawn Davis can acknowledge that natural versus unnatural can determine the outcome of the fight. But when it comes to Devin Haney getting drug cheated, oh, it don't matter. You know, drugs don't matter. It don't help. All this other bullshit. So, I don't know, man. It was a very interesting night last night. But like I said, Artur Beterbiev was slower. His timing was off. You know, he didn't go to the body enough, I don't think. His footwork is off, but I think that might be because of his knee. Now, it's no excuse, right? The whole knee thing, that's not an excuse, especially if you decide to fight anyway. If you decide, okay, my knee is probably not fully recovered, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to fight. Well, that's on you, right? You should know your body, and you should test your body all the time. If you have an injury and you know you have to perform, you need to test your body. You need to know how your body is going to react to certain things. Anarchy Television was good. Anarchy Television in the building. Y'all check him out, man. Great channel. So, I don't know. That's my take. Artur is just, I don't know, man. He did not look like himself to me. So, but that could be a number of factors as to why. Bivol did 0 damage. He's not a power puncher. What do you want him to do? He did quite a bit of damage though. He tagged his ass. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you mean by 0 damage. There was some damage done, right? Now, was it visible on did Artur Beterbiev have black eyes and bruises and, you know, was he bleeding? No, but the damage was in the punches he landed. And it looked like he snapped Artur Beterbiev's head back quite a few times. So his face was broke. Whose face was broke? Whose face was broke? You're saying that Bivol's face was broke? Yes, Dimitri Bivol did have a mouse, right? He had his face wasn't broke though. Broke? Like what part of his face? Are you talking about his jaw? You talking about his orbital bone? What are you talking about? His cheekbone? What are you talking about? Because Artur Beterbiev is a power puncher. So if he lands on your face, you're going to show some damage. Whereas Bivol is not. Bivol is not a power puncher. But he did snap that head back. Yeah, okay, his cheek and eye was bad. But broken though, like, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, we don't know what happened. We don't know if he had to go to the doctor. You know, did he go to the doctor and they said that? Well, he hits hard, but he doesn't hit like Artur Beterbiev. He doesn't hit like Artur. He hits hard. That's why I said he hits hard, but he's not a power puncher. He is a boxer. He is a technically sound, fundamental boxer. So he may punch hard, but he does not rely on that. He relies on footwork. He relies on timing, technique. That's what he is relying on. Artur Beterbiev was throwing some haymakers. You know what I'm saying? He was a pure puncher last night. Artur Beterbiev is more of a boxer puncher, but last night he was a pure puncher last night. Devin Haney versus Shakur, what you think who would win? I think Devin Haney would win. Based on aggression. Effective aggression. Effective aggression. You know what I'm saying? Because unlike with Edwin De Los Santos, Devin Haney would land a lot more shots. I know it's off topic, but how do you like my new place? Anarchy is not really new. I've been there for like 2 years, but I like it. You know, there were some issues when I moved in that I got credit for when I bought the house. You know, I got credit for some of the siding was off and all that stuff, but bathroom fixtures, you know, just stuff like that. But I that's okay because I would enjoy renovating my house myself. So I am going to change all the bathroom fixtures. I'm going to change all the cabinets in the kitchen because that shit's trashed. I don't know why they moved to that particle board bullshit. I don't know why they moved to that particle board bullshit. Yeah, Devin Haney would definitely outwork him. Now, what Shakur is going to be doing is sticking and moving. He's going to be using that upper body mobility shit. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be doing the hop back, you know. And I will say Shakur's timing is a little better than Devin's. But, you know, he's not going to throw as many punches. And Devin is probably going to land more punches. And he's going to have to force Shakur to engage. He's gonna be able to cut him off. See, Devin's gonna have to walk Shakur down, but he's also gonna have to cut him off. So he can't chase him. He has to cut off the ring. And so he has to determine which side Shakur is gonna favor when he does walk him down, and he's gonna have to cut that side off. But when it comes to cutting people off, right? You can't. Sometimes with some people, you can't just cut them off with your feet. You understand what I'm saying? Like if they step to the right, you step to the left. Yes, that's cool. But if you can't trap them when you're cutting them off, then all you're doing is chasing them to the side, right? That's all you're doing is mirroring their movements. And, you know, they're going to be able to, somebody like Shakur is going to be able to punch his way out as he's moving laterally. Anarchy Television said he knows not quite two, but you are sitting. I am. I'm not Integrate Television. You know, man. It's not bad. It's just like I said, there's carpet I want to rip up because the carpet was kind of old. It's just it's going to be a fun project. So as soon as I get the money to buy all the material, and I might even just buy a little bit of material at a time, like enough material to replace the flooring in the living room. So once I get enough, I have enough money to do little projects here and there. But it's really not about the money. It's really about the time, right? Because I work in a different state. So I have to travel for work. And it's kind of hard to, like, when I'm here 2-3 days out the week, you know, it's hard to want to do a full project because if I don't get it done in 2 or 3 days, it's going to be sitting there not getting done while I'm at work. So I got plans to get a lot of shit done as soon as I'm able to stop working away from the house. Timeless says Haney smokes him. I don't know if he smokes Shakur, but it's definitely going to be a good fight, and I think he's going to edge it out. Because Shakur is going to have to knock Devin out to win. That's what I think, and it's not going to happen. Tyrannosaurus Lawrence says Bivol was in control most of the fight, and he was, and did do damage. I believe he really went for in the middle of the rounds and stayed on the inside. He could have got Artur out of there. I don't know, man. I don't know if he could have got him up out of there, but he definitely Bivol does not have that killer instinct. He doesn't. If you guys go way back in on my time on my in my videos, if you go to the actual video, I think like a year or two ago, I compared Dimitri Bivol to Devin Haney. I made some comparisons because they have similar KO ratios. They have similar styles, right? They said they have similar boxing styles, but they get treated differently in the sport of boxing. So this was, I don't know. Go to the videos part, and you'll see my comparison like a year or two ago. So, you know, I've always been a great Devin Haney supporter and all that shit. And you know, I like Bivol, but like I said, go look at my comparisons when I talk about Bivol versus Devin Haney, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Energy Television said, I know it's cool. Oh, Nassim Khalaf says Prime Floyd versus Manny. Pac-Man, I say Pac-Man wins. They did fight in their prime. Because, you know, Floyd is older than Manny Pacquiao. You know that, right? I don't agree. I don't agree that Pac-Man wins. Pac-Man gets washed like he did. Manny Pacquiao was not old. He was not older. Floyd Mayweather was older by a couple years than Manny Pacquiao. Black Spring with Autumn. What's good, Queen? What's up, sis? Not, you know, what's good? So, yeah, I mean, y'all, listen, it was a robbery, okay? And it was a robbery because of that scorecard. So that means, right, it was just a robbery. It was a robbery. It was a robbery. It was just point blank in the period. You know, and that's just what it is in my mind. So, you know, but it's boxing at the end of the day. Boxing is boxing, and that's what we got to deal with. Pac-Man wasn't in his prime, though. Okay, so if you're going to say that, then neither was Mayweather. So I think Mayweather in their primes, in their not, like prime or no prime, Mayweather washes Manny Pacquiao. That's just what it is. Hello, Kitty. Okay, then. So, yeah, y'all. Ha, ha, ha. Dumb question, but Trump versus or Kamala? Myself. That's what's up, Black Spring. Myself. If it's between Trump or Kamala, I choose myself. Yeah, I'm going to vote for myself to be my own ruler. Yeah, I vote for sovereignty. What's good? I can't, is that German or Russian? I can't read that. Yeah, so I'm choosing myself. If it's Trump or Kamala, I'm choosing myself. Freedom, I'm choosing freedom 2024, right? No Rulers 2024. Anarchy 2024. Sovereignty 2024. Opting out 2024. That's what I choose. Everyone, please hit I appreciate that, Black Spring with the French coming through. So yeah, that's what it is, y'all. So I just got through doing 15 5-minute rounds of Muay Thai on the heavy back. Now I'm getting ready to do my drills, with finishing off with some going to finish off with like 800-meter sprints. See if I can't beat my my PR of 13 seconds. So that's my PR. I tried to beat it last week, but I kind of pulled my groin muscle, and so I didn't want to push too hard and end up like tearing it. So yeah, but it's feeling a lot better today. So I'm going to try to go out there and get 12-second, 100 meters in 12 seconds. I'm going to try to do that. I think I can do it. And yeah, but that's going to be at the end after I do a bunch of other shit. So yeah, I got my jump ropes back there. I got my 20-pound slam ball, and I'm just going to be getting it cracking. So that is going to be this is going to be my overtraining day. I didn't get to do it yesterday because I had to go take the van to get serviced. I couldn't do it Friday, of course, because I had to go to the chiropractor and all this other shit. So today is going to be my overtraining day. Maybe even tomorrow, we'll see. And yeah, that's what I'm getting ready to do. David Benavidez or Beterbiev? Well, it depends on where they fight. So if David Benavidez goes up to 175 to fight Dimitri Bivol, to fight Beterbiev, Beterbiev is going to whoop his ass. Beterbiev just needs to heal a little more, right? He needs to heal. I think that knee really did affect him negatively. And maybe also being natural. Just kidding. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Artur Beterbiev wins, beats David Benavidez at 175. You know, David Benavidez's power did not translate in my mind to 175 when at his with that debut. He won, but he had no sting on his punches. And you know, yeah, the volume might get to Dimitri Bivol, but if he can get inside and just land a few shots, he might stop him. Oh, Nassim Khalouf, LeBron or MJ. Black Spring was Autumn says keep inspiring us. I will indeed. One day I'll get a little phone tripod and I'll show y'all what I'm doing out here. I'll show y'all my drills. I'll show y'all my drills, and you know, hopefully that'll inspire you more. LeBron or MJ? Well, I don't know, man. I don't really keep up with MJ with LeBron. To tell you the truth, I don't really know a lot about him. When I was interested in basketball, it was MJ all day. So, you know, it's going to be MJ for me now, just because I don't know LeBron like that. I don't. And the sport is different, right? The rules are different. They play, you know, the play is different. Yes, did LeBron play? He's been playing for a long time, but a lot has changed during his career, and a lot has changed during Kobe Bryant's era. So, you know, I don't know. I couldn't tell you at this point. But anyway, I'm gonna get on out here, finish it up, and then I got to take my daughter shopping now that she's feeling better from yesterday. So I got to take her shopping for her birthday. So that's going to be fun. I could use a rigid PT plan at home. Hit me up, Black Spring. You got my email address. Hit me up and I'll put together a program for you. You know what I'm saying? Tyrannosaurus Lawrence says, I train similarly, boxing, high volume, calisthenics has helped my physical and mental more than traditional commercial. Oh yeah. I still lift weights just to, you know, just to keep the strength up, right? That's not my focus. So I might do 30 minutes, and it's more so explosive weightlifting, like just to help with my explosiveness, to help with the power, right? To help with the power of the kicks and Muay Thai and the punches. So a lot of it is focused on explosiveness, right? A lot of shit. Isometric movements and resistance training. Yep. So what I'm getting ready to do now is kind of like a mix of cardio and some resistance, because I have that 20-pound slam ball. And so the drills that I do with that adds resistance to it. So, you know, there'll be some resistance with that, 20 pounds, nothing too shabby. And so, yeah. 6 plates for Sunday is not enough? No. Planks are good for strengthening and stabilize your muscles, but at some point you need to add weight to improve, your posterior, to, strengthen your posterior chain, your core. That's really, I focus on that a lot as well. So when I do lift weights, I might do, one arm at a time, for upper body, one leg at a time. It takes a little more time, but it helps with your stabilizer muscles. It helps with balance, right? So I might do one leg lunges. I might do, so there's this thing where I'll do Russian split squats with weight. I might do 6 reps with heavy weight. Then I'll drop them, and then I'll do some jumping. I'll drop the weight, and then I'll do jumping Russian squats where I don't just jump, right, with my legs straight. I'll jump and then bring my knee up, to help that, and that helps improve my explosiveness. So, do it with a heavy weight, Russian split squat, drop the weight, then boom, do 6 more of the jumping split squats, where you're bringing your knee up as high as possible. So you're not just jumping straight up, with the leg straight. No, you're bringing that knee up high as possible. So that helps with having some powerful knees. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let me get out of here. Much love. Like, share, subscribe. And I might hit y'all up later with another live stream. And yeah, we're going to keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.